Public office is a public trust.
Less than 24 hours after Mayor Francis Suarez faced questions during his State of the City address about an investigation by our news partners in the Herald alleging conflict of interest, the Florida Democratic chair, Nikki Fried, is asking for Suarez's resignation. The Herald's article headlined that Miami Mayor pushed for no-bid city contract benefiting his private employer partner. Last year, Suarez came under a state ethics investigation after a complaint was filed that he accepted pricey tickets to certain events like the Miami Formula One Grand Prix and the 2022 World Cup in Qatar.
Now, a few minutes ago, Mayor Suarez's office responded through a statement saying, and we quote, "Today, the Florida Ethics Commission formally dismissed yet another frivolous complaint filed against Mayor Suarez, citing lack of legal sufficiency, concluding that the mayor continues to act properly."
One company,
I'm done.
One company that's hired you, do you think they might have if you were not the mayor?
Francis Suarez refusing to answer questions from Local 10's Glenna Milberg about a new report accusing the Miami mayor of misuse of power. We tried to get the mayor's side to the story after his State of the City address today, but didn't get very far.
Our Miami story is one of sustained achievement.
The mayor's soaring Miami story comes hours after a sobering Miami Herald story. More emails raise more questions about whether Francis Suarez used his position as mayor to benefit private employers. Following the State of the City speech, the mayor's movements were managed, protected, directed. He would take questions from one reporter at a time behind closed doors.
The conclusion is I didn't do anything to benefit anyone, and I've said that many times. I'm going to continue to say that.
The questions started after Suarez's ill-fated run for U.S. president, for which he had to, for the first time, file sources of income, his jump in personal wealth, from a list of companies that hired him or contracted with him. Miami public records reveal some of those same entities were requesting city favors for their businesses and emails suggesting the mayor helped. Do you think those companies would have you on the payroll if you were not in a position of power in the city of Miami?
So again, your question already has a flawed premise that I'm working for 12 companies.
The mayor suggested I and others did not do enough homework, jumped to wrong conclusions. To respect that position, I rephrased the question.
I'm done. I'm done. Thank you. I'm done.
One company.
I'm done.
One company that's hired you, do you think they might have if you were not the mayor? Mayor, can you just answer that one question? There would be no more questions, and none at all for Miami Herald reporters who had been waiting their turn. So you may know that the mayor is only one of the city officials here who is currently under either legal or ethical scrutiny or both. The mayor actually referred to that in the State of the City speech today and also said he and the commission would both favor bringing in independent oversight for that.
The mayor ran out of time, but you also put the Herald last.
And I explained to you earlier that there were a couple of TV stations that have a new newscast. They do have true deadlines, and a few of them told me I'm going live at noon, so that is why I did.
So how do you know? How do you know we have no deadlines? We have deadlines.
Well, I know you have deadlines because I am giving them, but they're not true.
But let me ask you. Hold on one question.
Yes.
Would you say that the Herald totally was ignored on purpose here in
No,
speaking to the mayor?
You guys were not ignored because evidently.
Mayor Suarez,
Excuse me.
the Miami Herald's not going to get an interview today. We were told that there'd be press availability and that we got to go last. Mayor Suarez, is there a reason you don't want to talk to the Miami Herald?
Thank
You
you.
gave an interview to every team.
Take care, my brother. All right, bro.
And you don't want to give an interview to the Herald.
Mayor Suarez, you claim to be one of the most transparent mayor in history. What happened to the transparency?
Mayor Suarez. Mayor Suarez.
Thank you, bro. Good job. Excellent job.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
What about, I think sitting down and discussing something is actually probably reasonable.
That is his prerogative, and You would need to
Okay, so-
see if
so
we can
he
do
has
that.
his
At this point, I
prerogative.
don't believe that he's gonna want to sit down with the Herald.
Why not?
I think I was trying to explain to Tess what has happened in the recent past.
Gave me homework, Hugh. I'll look at what was it? What did you call it? A weeble?
The Uyghurs. You really need to know about the Uyghurs, Mayor. You got to talk about it every day. Okay.
I will search Uyghurs. I'm a good learner. I'm a fast learner.
These are the faces China never intended us to see from inside its system of mass incarceration in Xinjiang. The government has long denied it's running detention camps for Uyghurs, insisting instead they are vocational schools for willing students. The photos, almost 3,000 of them, show the reality of how whole swathes of Uyghur society have been swept up person by person. The oldest was 73 at the time of her detention, the youngest just 15.